Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We're back, and I've been playing guitar again and singing, so my voice is kind of strange, but let's persist, because we're in the last trial. This is exciting. Well, Miss Wright, have you heard enough? I'm trying to remember where we are, because I haven't played since like this morning. Ask about the picture, I assume? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. But mine does. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Neil Marshall rescued me. This picture... And this a picture... Wait, why didn't she recognize it? Didn't we show her the picture? Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl has put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. They may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Oh, what's this? Why is he holding it that way? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists. They're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Order, order! Who'd have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list? That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. Are you alright, Miss Wright? I like how they say right and right a lot. What is that called? Is it alliteration when they do that? No, I don't know what it's called actually, I forgot. Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Huh. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is something drawn on the back of my list. This is it. It's that thing. The blue badger! Why is that drawn there? That's... That thing. That was dancing in the evidence room. Apparently the head of criminal affairs used this for his blueprint. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Okie dokes, we got the blue badger in here. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw the picture. Of the blue badger, yeah. She's like, oh, the blue badger. He's not so innocent. This picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lighting was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. There's no sassiness, it's so, intense and quiet. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. Alright, that sounds fine. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see was their shadows. So she didn't see them. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. Two men wrestling. Okay. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with detectives. From your detectives? Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Miss Wright? No, of course not. I better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Miss Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well, that's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could... Should we show her the other photo? This picture shows exactly what I saw the instant. What's this? It fits though. Even though I have to turn my head to look at it. Should we present this? Oh crap, I just lost my strike, homie. The witness name is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I was not trying to contradict, I'm trying to show her it so she can be like, hey, it fits, it looks good. Gosh dang it. You suck. You suck. That's strange. She claims that's excellent, and yet there's clearly a contradiction in here. Well, if there's a contradiction in that... Wait, I just showed the photo, though. Crap, this is hard. And it's hot for some reason. Why is it so hot in this house? Alright, let's press the other two. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the detective team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory could still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness? But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was their shadows. I think these are the only two I'd impress. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to rescue you? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flash? After that, I must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. I think we said this too, both ways, huh? Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. Do we press this? Sorry for asking so many times. Of course, this exact scene. It wasn't. Are you insinuating somehow manipulating my memories, right? No, of course not. I better watch out. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. That's right. Is there something that's bothering you about this picture, huh? Oh, well. That's strange. She claims that this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, there's clearly a contradiction. Alright, I'm staring the hell out of this picture. Is it the knife? Is it because the knife's pre-broken? Like, not pre-broken, but it's like already flat right there. So it's kind of like the knife was stabbed somewhere else before or something. I think that's it. I can't get excited. It's nighttime. That's crazy to get too excited. But I am very excited, just so you know. I will have to use words to express how excited I am. Crap, I almost did a bad thing. And I have to go this photo, I think, and then present it. Because look, it's already flattened, and they said they found it inside his body, right, the blade? But if it's already flat, then... Because she specifically drew it like that too. It's like a stick. Crap. I messed up. This happens clearly. Here's the contradictions. Dang it, I lost one already. How is this even possible? They aren't, are they? Whatever. This picture showed exactly what I saw that instant. Goodman's autopsy report. Neo's autopsy report. Stabbed in the back. Died from punctured heart and lung. The knife tip was in wound. Wait a tick. This one then? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Whew, we got somewhere. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Oof, is something in the back of my head? Okay, never mind. Is it the knife? The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. See, I was right. I just presented the knife instead of the autopsy report because, honestly, I didn't read the autopsy report in the first place. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was a murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah, what's the meaning of this? Hoo-hoo, craziness. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. Hello? Hello? Is the 80's calling Edgeworth? Because hello? Come on. Alright, tune in next guys because we're running out of time. Later. 何？それは